Until these police forces start to, as you can see, I spilled a bit of food down my Jumpers PS5 t-shirt, supporting the public. And my message out there to all the police forces that are listening, my message out there to everyone that's listening, unsubscribe to the police forces. And why should you subscribe to them? They're not doing a good job. They're not helping people. They're saying they're trying the best they can. If you were trying the best you can, for one, stop messing with people's lives and treating them like stupid and talking down to people, and actually look at people when they speak to you and listen to people, because some people with ADHD and autistic, like me, get very offended by that and get annoyed. And we think, what's the point of telling people things when they don't want to listen, or they're just taking a piss out of me or bullying me? What you police do. You don't want to listen to people around you. It's a job you have to listen to people. It's a job you have to get paid and get the money. Some people like their job and like what they do without the money, like helping people, like helping supporting people. But sometimes with you police, somebody ADHD, autistic, or Asperger's or disabled, you take the piss out of them because you can think you're going to get away with it. Some of you police out there may know what I'm saying and probably been told off for that, or know who I'm talking about. Some of you police out there, as they say, no names mentioned. You think I don't know what you police do to people sometimes when you're by yourself? Beat people up in a police cell if you don't understand them. You bet you do. And the public say that you're very friendly. Most of the police like to help people. So the ambulance and the fire service. There's a few odd apples or oddballs, I should put it that way. But like the attention, like harassing people, like the police, hurting people, them changing the story on you to get more evidence and more crime on you. Think I'm stupid? I may have my problems, but you think I'm stupid? You think I know what I know? Or I shouldn't say what I know. That's what most people would say. And there's no hope in the police force in the UK. One of these days, you police will start helping people and they will start listening to you. Too many laws, too many rules. It's true. With rules, you need regulations. With rules, things go right. I agree. With no rules and no order, the whole world's a mess. But you police are just too controlling. You don't care about us. You just want to harass people outside, follow people down the road, and you say we do things like that. That's what you do. And most people just want an ordinary life and be happy and live their lives the best way they can. What's wrong with that? So, none of us are perfect, but we try and be happy and try and get on with people and try and be nice to people. You police forces may not like what I'm saying, well, tough. Other people feel the same way. If we're not going to be listened and talked to, like the riots outside, we'll just smash up things, break things. Who knows, the riots may happen again. World War III may come. So, people are sick of things. Taking more money off people, you get less things. Ripping people off in the world, isn't that normal? No, it's not. Things should be fair in the world, but they're not fair. Never will be, never has been. So, I don't care if you police don't like what I've got to say. Us public have to listen to you. You got to say. We don't want to, but we do. So, you can have a bit of backbone and listen to what I say. You don't like what I say, you know where the door is. Both sides, left and right. Lots of people get ticked off and angry. And you enjoy pissing people off. You police forces do. So, it's your own doing. It's your own fault that you are a target as a police force. It says it all on the uniform. If you were more nicer with people and more respectful, they'd be more nice with you. Sometimes respect doesn't have to be earned, just be yourself. And if you say to people you're being yourself, they think you're being selfish or angry or you're hiding something. What's wrong with being different? Why are so many people scared of being different? They think being different's a crime. No, it's not. You like to do what you want to do, what's wrong with that? As long as you're not upsetting anyone else. But like with the police forces, they just go round in a circle, arresting the wrong people, going with the wrong people. People have got a right to defend themselves. If you're in America somewhere, in any other country, and someone broke into your house, you can defend yourself. Oh, you can't do that in the UK. Oh, you're not allowed. Why are we not allowed? It's our place. It's our castle, where we live. We're British. Why can't we be allowed? It's like you're trying to single us out, even though you're British yourself, in the police force. You can defend your family. Why can't we defend our family? Is it because you're in uniform? Is it because you're in your wannabe gang, the police force? You can defend everybody else and your friends around you. If you don't wear a badge, you don't have a gun, you don't have a uniform, you can't defend people. Well, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Or why am I apologising? We're British, we have every right to defend ourselves against people. It's human nature. The one that said this in the 1800s or Victorian times or Tudor times or World War I and World War II. Oh, you can't defend yourself if someone breaks into your house and tries to kill you with a gun. You just do it and protect yourself, like the old ways that they used to do. This is 2024. Now we'll be in 2025. Well, they still have the same stupid rules. Oh, you can't defend yourself. Call the police all the time. Sometimes you need to think up here. The police can't be called everywhere. There's not enough police. So you're going to have to deal with it yourself. They expect you to call the police. Oh, call the police. Call 101. Call 999 if you're in trouble. All the time. Don't get yourself into trouble. You tell us not to get ourselves into trouble. What do the police do? They do the same thing. One rule for somebody else and one rule for you. You can do the trouble, but I'm sticking the bloody phone in my hand. You can do the trouble, but we can't. Is that what you're saying? Madness, innit? Craziness. The world we're living. The world we're going through. People just want to be happy and safe and friendly. Until you decide in your police force to understand one another and people around you, sometimes it doesn't take a lot to understand somebody, just 5 or 10 minutes to talk to somebody. But you might make it a big job or a big crime because you're too busy with paperwork or you just want to be on call all the time, you can't do anything for yourself. You chose to be in that job. You stay in that job. It may not be the job you want, but you chose to be there. It pays your bills like everyone else. And you see how you see why I get angry. I have every right to be angry. You don't like what I say, tough. Lots of people say things that people don't like. It's how I feel. I can't help the way I feel. I'm a human being, like anyone else. Sometimes things are probably best not to be said, but there we go. It is what it is. I've already put another video on YouTube about it, so this is part 2 from, obviously, my ranting and me talking away, which is nothing wrong with that. If you don't speak, you don't be noticed, do you? So, there we go. You can probably hear that in the background. So, hopefully I get a few views and likes in the video. I mean, I'm not here for just all the views and likes. I'm here to just put a point across. But some people don't like my point. Why should people listen to your police's point? So, the things need to change. Big time. You don't want no wars. You don't want no gangs in the world. Make better things for people. Talk to people. Make more youth clubs. Places to go people can talk to. And then they can sit down and have their gangs or violence or whatever in the world. But you say you haven't got the money to build things. Well, that's just bullshit. More like the government's keeping the money for themselves and not spend it on the proper things. You spend it on roads, you spend it on buildings, you give it to people like, you know, then you haven't got enough. Let me tell you why you haven't got enough. Stop giving the money to the migrants that come into the UK and stop sending so much money off to Greece and giving them money and spending so much money in the EU and focusing on our country in the UK, then we'll have more money. Build our money up in the army industry, helping our own people out on the streets and in the army, then we get more money. And you're saying we got no money. That's why all the taxes are going up with everybody else. That's why more people are paying for tax and rent, because the government's running out of money, so they just want to tax us instead. You know what I mean? And the most of the money's going to the migrants. We are paying for the migrants in our country, which shouldn't be here. I'm not saying it's not bad paying your way, you have to. But it's taking the piss. There's only so much you can take. Where are we going to put all these migrants? In more hotels? More army bases in the UK, which we should be using our army bases for soldiers of England. More people need to join. That's why we've got more Gurkhas in the UK that actually will be going to London to join the Queen's Army. Because nobody in the UK wants to join an army. Because they're too scared of dying. Don't you think everybody else in the army force across seas are scared of dying? But they still join because it's the right thing to do. Some of their friends and families might not agree with them. They're joining the army, but they join it because it's a job, because it's money and it pays the bills. You see what I mean? When I get triggered off, I get pissed off. The world needs a right kick up the arse, in my opinion. It really does. Tell me what you think about this, guys and girls, ladies and boys and girls. People are always doing things to help other people. Some people don't want to know other people. We're living in a selfish world, and it can get more selfisher. They expect us to help other countries, but they will not help us. We're paying them to help us. Would Greece help us? Could they heck? Would the European, if we stop paying for the European Union, would they help us? Would they heck? They're just using us for money. The same with India. We're paying India from the UK, using us for money, and India are moaning we're not giving them enough money. See what I mean? They're just using people. And people say, doesn't everybody use people? No, they don't. Not everyone. If you're good and genuine, a good-hearted person, you don't have to use people. Just be generous, and some people will give you what they want. You steal it from somebody, they're going to see you as a thief all the time. But people chose that path of life, and then you can't get yourself out of it. But like I say, I don't know what to do in this video. I know I'm talking a lot, but this is how I'm feeling about things in the life and going around my own head. Yep, so it is what it is, I suppose. You're just going to keep living with it. But like I say, that's all I can say in this video. Thanks for all joining me. This is the next one. Take it, peace.